What's up, y'all? Another video here. I want to leave y'all with this today. You will never be able to master yourself until you stop running from the parts of yourself that are in pain. That is the truth about self-mastery that no one talks about. So welcome to the channel. If you're new here, this is Embodied Mastery, all about self-mastery, where I share my tips, experiences, and tools to help you be able to master yourself. And in today's video, what we're gonna speak about is the truths about self-mastery that no one talks about. So let's go ahead and get into topic number one. Topic number one is you are going to make the same mistakes over and over again until you're finally ready to change. And a lot of times this takes a lot longer than we expect. Sometimes we think that we want to change, but you're not actually going to change until you take the correct or the massive actions that will bring upon that change, right? If you want more money, you're not going to get the more money until you apply for that new job, until you apply for that new position, until you apply for that promotion. You're not going to lose the weight until you hop onto the treadmill, until you get disciplined, until you change your diet, all right? You get the gist here. You're not going to find that partner that is capable for marriage until you put yourself out there, until you become confident and change your social circles. How does this relate to self-mastery? You're not gonna learn how to properly master yourself until you learn how to sit with your pain. That is the number one skill when it comes to self-mastery that a lot of people lack. They run from their pain, they hide from their pain. No one is sitting with their pain. So you don't understand your pain. So if you don't understand something, how can you take the appropriate tools or course of action to begin to heal? Solution number two, self-mastery is more about self-compassion than it is about being the best, all right? A lot of us have drives to be the best and want to be the best and think that you got to be hard on yourself, critical, and all of these things to better yourself or master yourself, but that's not true. Again, the key here to mastering yourself is self-compassion. Why? We want to understand that a lot of our unresolved trauma, a lot of our things that are challenges in today's world all stem back from our upbringing. They all stem back from childhood, the times that we were neglected, the times that we were ignored, the times that we were put down. And so the reason why I say it's more about self-compassion, because in today's time, you have to learn how to give yourself all of the things that were not received when you were much more younger. And again, this is why sitting with your pain is number one first. Before I go into solution number three, if you're enjoying this video, please give me a like, a comment, and subscribe, and I will produce much more videos on this topic. That is the purpose, that is the duty here. So let's get into solution number three. That is going to be, understand that you have a repressed self. You have a shadow self. You have a suppressed self that was buried deep down inside of you because it was deemed non-acceptable by society. Now, why is this important? You're never going to find happiness and fulfillment pretending to be someone else other than your authentic self. So how do you be your authentic self? You have to get back to who you were before the pretending, before the pain, before the letdowns, before your fear of not being accepted. Can you tap back to who that person is? Because who that person is where your purpose is. I like that. Who that person is where your person is. Excuse me. Who that person is where your purpose is. All right? So you're going to need to remember who you were before the dilemma, before the trauma and lack of acceptance, all right? And once you remember who that is, you will be much more joyful, you will be able to speak your truth, and you will be able to go about your purpose, because that is who you are in truth. And living in truth is the key to a happy and successful life, all right? So these are my three things when it comes to self-mastery that no one talks about. And I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that it was helpful. I will see you in the next video. Peace.